Start.
Career clusters. Hi, I'm Dylan Edwards.
And I'm Jordan Koller.
And we are the founders of Real World Education. Real World Education is an educational nonprofit organization designed to educate high school students in leadership and financial literacy to better prepare them for the transition to adulthood and the responsibility that comes with it.
The Montgomery County Public Schools curriculum, like many other public school curriculums, has not provided students with classes and critical life skills necessary for the real world after graduation. Instead of learning how to manage money, invest, develop good credit, pay taxes, become a leader, and communicate effectively, students are mostly taught to memorize information they will almost never encounter again in order to get an A grade. These life skills are vital to success in the real world, for interviewing for jobs, applying for loans, setting up retirement plans, and so much more. Our schools have failed to teach students these skills because they are too focused on test scores to receive additional funding. Because of this focus, these life skills that we need have been taken out of curriculums, and many students struggle with individual responsibility and financial freedom after high school and college. Schools are not always looking out for the best interests of students. Instead, they look out for themselves to get more money. Without a shift of focus from purely academic success to a focus of academic success, real life skills, emotional skills, and responsibility skills, students will continue to enter the workforce largely unprepared for their future.
Real World Education was created by two high school students interested in helping the community address this problem. We created a free summer program and school club to teach the vital skills public schools have largely ignored. The 2-week program goes in depth about what we consider the 6 vital skills for a successful future and challenges students with real lifelike projects and scenarios. Our main goal for the program is to prepare Montgomery County high school students for post-school life, set them up for long-term success and financial stability. Our program will especially focus on helping low-income communities who have not been provided educational opportunities in these skills.
Our first step in developing our program was identifying our own target audience. Our target audience for now will be high school students in Montgomery County, but we will expand outside not just our county, but outside our state. We also created social platforms to help us reach a greater audience with our website, Instagram, and Twitter. For low-income families, we will find schools with the highest free and reduced meals rate and contact these schools for their information. We will reach out to local meal and food charities. These charities can provide data on the community and also send out emails and mail to households regarding our program. We will also find real estate data to locate clusters of low-income households.
Real World Education will provide a free 2-week online summer program with 6 modules of emphasis delivered via Zoom. At first, Real World Education plans to help our local community start with classes only in Montgomery County, Maryland, but we believe this concept could be expanded and valuable for students all over the country. Our mission is worthwhile because we could potentially help thousands or even millions of students start life after graduation with the benefit of solid life skills. In our curriculum, we will dive deeper into these 6 specific modules and provide lectures, as well as real-world examples and lifelike scenarios where students can see and be a part of the experience. For example, in the communication module, we will have a mock interview where students are interviewed for a job position. There are some risks, however, like funding, but since we are a 501c3 organization, we have applied for federal, state, and local grants to cover up our startup costs. Real World Education believes we also have donors who support our mission. We will look towards Richard Cohen, president of Wilco LLC, attorney Richard, director, the Bill Gates Foundation, ARK Invest CEO Kathy Wood, popular YouTuber Graham Stephan, Michael Coview, the head of the Treasury in Montgomery County for funding. We personally know both Richard Cohen and Richard Director, who have years of experience under their belt, and their knowledge can help us immediately. Richard Director is an attorney who can help us create our entity, apply for 501c3 status, and fill out any other paperwork required to get us off the ground. Richard Cohen is a successful businessman, local real estate developer, who can provide us with advice and invest his own time and money into our organization. In regards to the other investors, we not currently have a relationship with them, but we will reach out to them after our organization has gained traction. We plan to spend $2,200 in our first year, and this will be for costs like starting up the website, gaining traction through advertisements, and other things. By the end of our first summer teaching, our goal is to have taught at least 400 students how to set up for their future and start a chain of clubs at all the Montgomery County high schools. to continue teaching financial literacy, communication, and leadership development. We project with upscaling of the organization, by year 4, we could have 4,000 students enrolled and 50 qualified teachers teaching. This will require more funding, and we can obtain this through a sponsorship from the Educational Trust, nonprofit that focuses on solving income inequality through education. Their cause aligns with our cause because we believe financial education to be the best approach to eliminating poverty and helping low-income families. Sponsorship will give us access to more funds, provide advanced data and surveys to help us widen our audience. It will also give us connections to the West, Midwest, and New York, connections we would not have without the Educational Trust. Through hard work and dedication, we strive to educate America's youth on the financial and communication skills they need to succeed in a changing America.
After we identified our scope, we started our planning process and how we would kick off our program. Real-world education will start by developing a first draft of our curriculum and then going to subject matter experts for revisions and edits. Once the curriculum is finalized, we will digitalize it and make it presentable in an engaging way. Here's how our schedule will work. Each module will be 1 hour long, starting at 9 a.m. and ending at 12 p.m. On Fridays, we will have an extra 30 minutes for a guest speaker. There will be A days and B days. On A days, we will be teaching communication, taxes, and money management. On B days, we will be teaching investing, credit, and leadership. We identified types of risks, their likelihood and impact, and created mitigation strategies in case these problems arose. We created quality management to ensure our program is running smoothly and created a set list of key responsibilities assigned to each owner and teacher. We also created an implementation checklist to make sure our program is keeping pace with our goals and keeping a high level of quality. We then created our budget, in which we allocated our money into different services in a way to grow our organization.
After we had planned and organized our project, it was time to focus on planning for execution. We are going to work as a collective team in order to execute on our mission, which is to deliver excellent, impactful knowledge and education for students who have not had this opportunity before. We're going to design, develop, and test and implement our solution via Zoom as part of our execution phase. And after this is fully tested and implemented, we'll begin our marketing operation to reach and attract students. So we split our execution strategy into 4 areas, first being funding and sponsorships. This is where all the steps for getting funding and sponsorships are shown. The next group is curriculum development and hiring staff. This shows our plan to create our curriculum and then go through our hiring process. Group 3 is brand creation, where we started our entity, got a copyright, and built websites and social medias for marketing. And lastly, we make it to marketing, where we identified our audience and then developed ads and put out ads to attract customers, not customers, people that will use our service. Monitoring and controlling. We're going to use established project management processes and procedures to monitor and measure our progress towards our goals. We have very brief stand-up meetings every day, checking on our progress and identify any issues. We'll also use a risk register to help proactively identify, analyze, and respond to any potential project risks that might impact the success of our project. These risks create delays in schedule, budget overruns, or other issues impacting project delivery and quality. The risk register is an Excel spreadsheet that we will use to document and track our risks with specific information on each risk, including the probability of occurrence, the severity of the impact of the project, mitigation approach, and the chance that it happens. At the completion of each major milestone, we will meet as a full project team virtually to decide if we have all that we need to complete the next major milestone and make any adjustments to the plan necessary at the time. The team will monitor electronically the amount of students registered that fully complete the training, provide electronic surveys for staff and student satisfaction, and ask students for feedback regarding how to improve our program. We will ask them how the teacher quality was, how the quality of our training materials was, how likely they were to recommend us to a peer, and their overall satisfaction. We did have some issues arise, and as an example of how we resolved issues, early on in the project, we cannot determine how far we wanted our scope to reach. After much debate, we decided to do additional research and eventually agreed on our project scope. In another case, when first proposing to investors, they thought our rollout was too aggressive, so we slowed down the number of students to teach first year to make sure we could adjust the program based on feedback.
We will close out this first version of our project, and we will continue with upgrades and enhancements to the program based on the feedback and participation of the recipients. Real-world education currently has 1,420 students enrolled, which puts us steadily on track to hit our goal of 4,000 students by 2025. After 2 years of running the program, our teacher satisfaction rate on a scale of 1 to 10 was a 9.7, satisfaction with the curriculum was a 7.9, and student overall satisfaction with the program is a 9.4. The numbers suggest that we have strong teachers, but we can improve our curriculum and may need to make modifications in certain areas. Our most significant statistic was that 9 out of 10 students said they would recommend real-world education to a friend. This statistic shows that our program was a success and we have an opportunity to expand the program to additional students. As founders of real-world education, we learned that teachers would prefer more time to learn the modules in advance of teaching the class, and we will make this change. We also learned that it takes more time and money than we thought to develop and produce advertisements, and our new budget plans will account for this. In a future project, we would do a free standardized test-taking tutoring program for students in low-income areas. We would have volunteers tutor students. Another project idea that could be implemented would be a free guide on how to find and apply for college scholarships. As of today, it's difficult to find resources on how to apply for scholarships, and we could solve this issue and help more families afford to go to college without endless student debt.
Thank you.
Thank you.